Hi, I'm Suzanne from Rogers Gardens, and today we're going to be discussing having a complete pollinator garden. A lot of you probably know about this plant here. This is milkweed, and it is absolutely essential for monarchs as a host plant where they can lay their eggs, and then the caterpillars will emerge. They will eat the plant down to the nubs and then crawl off to become a chrysalis and then a butterfly. But there are many other plants that you need to have to complete the entire cycle for monarchs and other pollinators. If you plant one thing in your garden for monarch butterflies, milkweed is that plant. It is the only plant that they lay their eggs on, and you will see them fluttering around. They'll smell it, they'll know it's there. Even though it's a pretty nondescript little thing, you can plant it in the back of your garden and pretty much ignore it. That's the best way to take care of it. But with monarchs, they're gonna find this plant. I promise you they will. You may think there's no way they're gonna find it, but they will. Once the caterpillars emerge, once they eat the plant down to the nubs, don't even worry about it because the plant will regrow. Every year it'll get a little bit larger, it'll spread through little side shoots, and it's gonna continue growing. Milkweed should be in full sun. It really needs just watering maybe once or twice a week to get established, and then make sure over the winter it doesn't get overwatered. Putting it in a pot is perfectly fine. That is almost easier to keep it from being overwatered during the winter, but know that each year it will start coming back and it'll start really growing, showing you the little shoots in probably March or so. That really follows the monarch schedule. So monarchs come out of their hibernation, they're overwintering in usually March, and then they are active until September. And that's pretty much the time that milkweed is active as well. One of the very most important things about milkweed is to only grow native milkweed to your area. In the past, we have grown and sold a lot of tropical milkweed. That is the milkweed with a yellow or a red or kind of an orange flower, very bright. It is pretty much active all year. That is not a great plant for the monarchs because it will harbor this disease, this protozoa called OE. You do not want to keep that milkweed, so if you want, dig it up, and if you like, we will exchange a 1-for-1 here at Rogers Garden with a native milkweed, but grow this one. It is far healthier for the monarchs specifically because it goes dormant in the winter and it doesn't harbor that little diseasey pest over winter. The next plant I want to talk to you about is this Salvia noble princess. It is a great plant for butterflies and actually all pollinators, but really hummingbirds. Hummingbirds love this. They have a little tubular flower here, which you will see, and a lot of nectar. The thing about pollinator plants is that when you have a lot of flowers in one small place, it's much better for them. They can conserve their energy, sit a spell, eat a lot, and then be on their way. The Salvia noble princess, much like most of the other plants that I'm going to show you, requires full sun. It's best for the pollinators and best for the plants. Also, most of these plants are low water, so find a nice place where you can group them all together and have the same watering schedule for them. Kufia vermillionaire. This plant grows to be about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. It is a huge tumbleweed of beautiful orange blossoms that the hummingbirds cannot get enough of. This plant is such a great anchor in your garden to attract the hummingbirds, to feed the hummingbirds, and also just to give you a lot of color and super, super easy to take care of. So the key thing to attract butterflies to your garden are plants that have like a little helipad. That's Scabiosa is a great one. It may look like one flower, but actually there are tons of little flowers within this, and the butterflies love to land on it. They can rest and they can get a lot of nutrition from this. The Buddleia, this also, tons and tons of flowers. The color will attract them. If you feel like maybe you need more color to attract the monarchs to your garden for your milkweed, plant things like this. Anything with a beautiful helipad will attract them. Two more of my favorite butterfly attractors are this yarrow or achillea and the lantana. Again, you can see the little helipads on them. They are so beloved by butterflies. It's just a treat to have them in your garden. If you have a little shady spot or just morning sun, no afternoon sun, abutilons are a great way to attract hummingbirds to your garden. It is so funny, most of the plants that we recommend are a long tubular plant for hummingbirds, but these, they kind of go sideways and they stab into the side of the flower. It's really beautiful, and if you put one of these outside your window, you will be delighted with their visits all day long. So the best thing to attract pollinators, whether it's butterflies or hummingbirds or any kind of insect that can actually transfer pollen from one plant to another, and that includes flies and bugs and all sorts of moths and things like that. Plant natives. This yarrow, like the other one that I showed you, and this little Saturea, it's a Hesperozygia. It's kind of a funny plant. It's a hybrid of two native plants. But when you have natives in your garden, they are going to attract more and better varieties. It's also better for the garden, it's healthier, and you're going to see seasons of color throughout the yard. Don't forget that so many herbs can attract pollinators to your garden. We've got this beautiful catmint here. You can have a nice little bed of this and plant some flowers around it. This will attract so many hummingbirds, so many little pollinators, and it's really, really pretty. It smells great. You can have tea. It's just a great thing to add to the garden. Also, certain herbs are great host plants, much like the milkweed is the host plant for the monarch. Dill and a lot of plants in that family are the host plant for swallowtails. That's really cool. Elm trees are the host plant for morning cloaks. You can learn about being the host plant for many, many different varieties of butterflies. So when you're completing your pollinator garden, remember, milkweed is a great plant to have there, but you want to have food for the butterflies and any other butterflies that might be traveling through. They need food to eat, they need a little shelter, they need places to perch and rest, like this beautiful buddleia is a great place for them to set for a while. And make sure that everything is kind of safe for them. You don't want to leave just one plant out in the middle of the garden because many things can see it there. Birds, cats, anything like that. Make it complete for all of the pollinators, from food to shelter to host plant where they will lay their eggs. And don't forget that pesticides are not the friends of any sort of beneficial insect in your garden. So make sure that they're all organic, make sure that they are insect safe, use them at the right time of the day or the evening to minimize their dangers to the pollinator population. So that's it for me. Be sure to come to Rogers Gardens. We always, almost year-round, have everything you need to attract pollinators to your garden. Everything from pots to plants to accessories, anything you need for that. Follow us on our social media channels, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all sorts of informational videos that will help you make your garden better.